Hello everyone, my name is Srinidhi Rao. I'm a third year engineering student at NMEM Institute of Technology, Nitte. This video is all about my second project presentation under this internship. This project is done along an internship which was carried out at Karunadu Technologies Private Limited based at Bangalore, Karnataka. Coming to the company profile, this is the website of the company Karunadu Technologies. This company offers broad range of software applications powered by precise technologies and industry expertise. They also offer end-to-end embedded solution and services. They deal with broad range of product development, ensuring the most important thing, that is customer satisfaction. And also they empower individual with knowledge, skill and competence and assist them to grow as integrated individual with sense of commitment and dedication. Coming to products and services offered by the company, this company develops both software and embedded system products. Some of the software products developed by the company are core banking software, time tracking software, billing and expense software, admission management software, and the embedded products include IR automation board, Internet of Things board, FPGA development board, COVID-19 disinfection robot. The services offered by the company are IT services, embedded system services. This company also supports skill development. The internship domains offered by the company are Internet of Things, embedded system, robotics, machine learning, Raspberry Pi, web application. So my domain is machine learning. You can get the contact details of the company here in this website. Coming to my project. In this project, the machine learning technique which I have used is logistic regression. So the problem statement goes like this. Your machine learning model should be able to predict whether the loan will be sanctioned or not depending on the details provided like gender, marriage status, dependents, education, self-employed or not, applicant income, co-applicant income, loan amount term, credit history, and property area. So let's get directly into our code. So this is the machine learning code which I have written. Firstly, I have imported the Python library called pandas. This library basically provides me a large set of built-in functions used to work with data. So this is the path I've included of my CSV file which I showed you earlier. So by using the print function, I'm displaying my data. This is the same data which was present on that Excel sheet. So if you observe in our Excel sheet, loan status, will the loan be sanctioned or not, doesn't depend on loan ID. So I can easily drop this column. So by using the drop function, I'm dropping the loan ID column. So after dropping the column, I'm left with this data. So if we observed in this data, there is no column like it was previously present. Loan ID column was previously present in our data, but now it's not present. I've dropped it. Then getting the details of our data by using the function info, it says that there are 416 rows and 12 columns. So these are the column names. These are the non-null count. These are the non-null count. And this is the data type of the data present in that column. So we can see there are column with object data type, which is basically the string. There are column with integer data type, float data types, and there are non-null there are null elements in in some of the columns. Like there are 416 entries, but in gender there are only 614 entries. In gender column there are only 601 non-null entries. Remaining all are null entries. So to check how many total null entries are present in each column, I am using the function isNull. which gives me the gender column has 13 null entries, married column has 3 null entries, and so on. So we have to note that we cannot provide the data to our model which has null entries. So I have to remove all those null entries present in my data. So to remove all those null entries present in my data, since my data set is long, I can drop those rows. So using drop NA, I'm dropping all those rows which have null entries. So later I'm printing the data frame. So this is my data frame after dropping all those null values. To cross verify if our data is left with any other null values, I am using the function info. So it says that there are 480 entries and all those 480 entries in all the column are non-null. Then next step comes is encoding the string. As I said previously, we cannot provide data to our model which has string elements in it. So we have to encode all those strings into some integer. Before encoding, we have to know all those unique elements present in all those columns which has string elements in it. So we can see that gender column has string elements, married column has string elements, education has string elements, then property area has string elements, self-employed has string elements. So I have to encode all these string elements into some integer. So before encoding, we have to know all those unique elements present in that column. So this df of gender dot unique gives me all those unique elements present in the column gender. Similarly, dot unique df of married dot unique gives me all those unique elements present in the column married and so on. After getting the unique elements, I use the map function to map those strings to some integer. I've mapped male to 1, I've mapped female to 0. Similarly, in married column, I've mapped yes to 1, no to 0. And similarly, for dependents, I've married 0 number of dependents to 0, 1 number of dependents to 1, 2 to 2, and 3 plus to 3, and so on. In the same way, I've encoded all these education, self-employed, property area, loan status columns. Then once again, I'm getting the info of the data frame. Now it says me there are no null elements in my data set, and all the data are of either of the type integer or float. So there are no string in my data frame, which is the most desirable form of the data frame. Now categorizing my data frame into inputs and outputs. We know that all these columns except loan status is my input and loan status column is my output. So using the drop function, I'm dropping the loan status and getting my inputs. So this is my input, and using drop function, I'm dropping all those input columns and I'm only left with the output column, which is the loan status. Then dividing my data frame into training and testing set using train test split. So I'm printing the X train. This is my X train training set. This is my Y train. This is my X test. Then I'll print my Y test. Then it's the time to create my model. I'm creating my model using logistic regression. Then comes training the model using the fit function. I'm providing X train and Y train into my model, which is the training set. I'm providing my training set to my model. Now is the time for prediction. I gave these inputs to my model, and this is what it predicted. 0 means no. You can see. So this is the output loan status. Will the loan be sanctioned or not? Y refers to yes, N refers to no. So it says 0. 0 means no. You can see here, while encoding loan status, while encoding loan status, I have mapped y to 1 and to 0. Here it showed me 0, which means no, the loan will not be sanctioned. Similarly, if I test for one more input, this input, it says me yes, 1. It gave me 1, means the loan will be sanctioned. It's yes. Then we'll try another one. So this is the input I provided and this is the output which I got, which means the loan will be sanctioned. So this is the same code which I showed you earlier. Now we can also create the front end code using the PyQt5 application. So this is the front end code which was generated previously. So yeah, now I'll run this code, restarting the kernel. Now run. Okay, yeah, these are front end. I'll provide the information. I'll give the same inputs which I have provided earlier, just to cross check if it will give me the same outputs or not. So I'll give male, marriage status, the person is married, yes, sorry, yes, okay. Dependent, number of dependents, no, the person have no dependents. Education status, he is a graduate, sorry. So self-employed, no, he is not self-employed. Applicant income 2583, co-applicant income is 2358, loan amount is 120, loan amount term, that is 360 days, sorry, 360 days. Credit history, sorry, yes, there is a credit history. Property area, urban, so his property is present in urban area. So let's check what it will give me. So it gave yes. Let's cross check where it is. So here it is. This is the input, exact input which I gave, and it gave me 1 as output, which means yes, and this is what the output I got, yes. So it predicted correctly. Now let me give this as input, this as input, which will give me, which should give me so we'll give this as input, which should give me no as output, which is 0. Let's check. I'll restart the kernel, run, and here is our front end. Gender, it's again male. Marriage status, yes, he's married. Number of dependents, 2, there are 2 dependents. Graduate, also education, he's graduate. Is he self-employed? Yes, he's self-employed. Applicant income is 2726. Co-applicant income is not provided, 0. Loan amount 106. Loan amount term is 360. Credit history, no. Property area is semi-urban. So this should give me no as my answer. Let's see. Oh, it gave me no. So we got the correct output. Yeah. Thank you so much.